Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Hurdled Gaming. Today we'll be talking about one of my personal favorite heroes, Sylvanas Windrunner, War Chief of the Horde and Master of clearing lanes and merc camps. Let's go ahead and talk about her talents. Withering Fire fires a quick arrow at the nearest enemy minion or hero. This is her burst DPS ability. Shadow Dagger is a targeted ability that hits an initial enemy and quickly spreads to all nearby enemies and buildings, disabling non-heroic units and causing damage over time. This is how she clears waves. Finally, Haunting Wave is a skill shot cone that travels over time away from Sylvanas. You can activate it again to teleport to the wave. This is her primary escape tool and can also be used as a chase in some circumstances. Her trait, Black Arrow, is what stuns enemies affected by it. This allows her to push towers and keeps quickly and efficiently. Her first heroic talent is Wailing Arrow, which fires an arrow that can be activated again to explode and silence nearby enemies. And finally, Mind Control is exactly what it sounds like, letting you pilot an enemy hero for 2.5 seconds. So, now that we've gone over her basics, let's talk about what Sylvanas is not. She's not a DPS character. She does not do well in team fights where she has to provide significant damage on her own. Her damage to heroes is too reliant on her Withering Fire, which will auto-switch to the nearest enemy champion, significantly reducing her ability to poke a smart healer. Likewise, she's not a one-on-one fighter. Almost every DPS can easily take her down at her low damage and health. When you're on her own, it's almost always wiser to pull back and find a teammate, or go back to pushing a lane. Sylvanas is easy pickings for hungry gankers. It's easy to push too hard and get overwhelmed by an enemy counter push that catches you unaware. Sylvanas cannot take a punch, so remember to pull out before you get stomped. Likewise, she's not a good chaser. While you can sometimes use Haunting Wave to pursue a weakened enemy, it's very easy for even a near-dead DPS to turn the tables on you, or for you to get countered by the enemy team coming up for support. Instead, the best use of Haunting Wave is as an incredibly effective escape mechanic. It can be used in conjunction with the Wailing Arrow to flee from an enemy gank attempt, or simply to jump walls and obstacles. It's also an excellent way to escape a team fight that went the wrong way, so you can keep farming experience or merc camps while your team respawns. Teleporting away from one-on-ones, enemy ganks, or bad team fights frustrates your enemies and keeps you alive to do what you do best. What is it that she does best? Sylvanas is a lane-pushing machine. Selecting your first talent falls between two real choices, Overflowing Quiver or Dreadful Wake. I pick Overflowing Quiver in a match where I feel my team will work well together, but if I feel like I'll be on my own, I'll take Dreadful Wake to push lanes alone and harass towers and keeps. The more you play, the more you'll get a feel for what you may want in each match. The third option, Mercenary Queen, isn't very effective until you start taking camps, and by then you'll have gotten a lot more immediate mileage out of your other options, so I regularly skip this one. Sylvanas is best while pushing towers and keeps as part of a team. Allies keep enemy counterattacks off of you, while you allow them to push objectives without fear of heavy defensive damage or keep slows. You also open the door to easier team kills, since it's common for players to assume keeps are a safe place to make a stand, which is an advantage you remove with Black Arrow. She's also very effective in removing attacking waves, either map-specific waves like the Surge Rush, or a heavy minion wave assisted by a hero. Her Shadow Dagger won't stun map-specific mobs, but it will apply the damage over time effect and allow you to drastically weaken the enemy push. You can use her Haunting Wave and Shadow Dagger to cut off minion support to an enemy lane, which can short-circuit an objective push by your... The Banshee Queen is also a master of merc camps, effortlessly taking siege and bruiser camps either alone or in pairs. Opening with Shadow Dagger disables the entire camp and applies a damage over time effect that will reduce the amount of raw damage you need to deal to capture it. Also target one mob and use her Withering Fire to disable a second mercenary to drastically reduce the damage you take from farming these. Working with your team, you can farm up merc camps in seconds and build a strong push into your opponent's territory. Finally, Sylvanas' heroic talent choices largely depend on what kind of team you're working. Picking Mind Control with a team that doesn't cooperate will frustrate you when your gift gets ignored. However, a good team will pluck your tasty gift from behind enemy lines and lead to a satisfying rout of your opponent. Mind Control is effective at stopping runners from fleeing a battle, and netting you a kill on a battlefield that's short another DPS, tank, or healer for a while. It's also worth noting that Mind Control is not effective in a solo setting, so if you find yourself alone for much of the map, you may want to consider Wailing Arrow instead. It's a relatively high damage, and its silence mechanic allows you to knock out runners or silence healers from a distance. It's also an effective tool for disabling an enemy team that is chasing you, allowing you to provide cover for a bad team fight. Hopefully this video gives you a useful overview of the Banshee Queen and her strengths and weaknesses. Her Houdini escape routine can frustrate and bewilder your opponents and let you live to fight another day, while her talents and abilities allow her to control lanes and deny enemy heroes, while also letting her effectively push enemy objectives. Finally, she's Queen of the Mercenaries, burning through camps that your foes would need to devote significant firepower to, allowing your team to focus on other objectives. She is Sylvanas Windrunner, War Chief of the Horde, and objective-pushing hero of the Storm. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment letting me know what you enjoyed or what you think I could do better. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the Nexus.